Tim. How you guys doing? Hey, Kristen. How are you doing, Kristen? Give me a little view of what you know already. Hey, Sean. Good morning, everybody. So today's quick acting tip. I'm going to get into it really quick. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm glad to hear you're busy, Tim. Hiya. How are you guys doing? So I'm in Midtown. I just got done with an audition and I thought I would do a quick acting tip for people that are thinking about going pro but maybe haven't already, to talk to them about, hey, I'm back. To talk to people about what kind of notice you get on auditions. And you get all sorts of different type of notice for auditions. Sometimes I know that I'm going to be auditioning 2 days ahead, but especially with commercials. For instance, last night I was told at 8 o'clock at night I needed to be here today at 11 for an audition. So most often with commercial auditions you get very little notice, and so you have to be prepared. So for parents that have kids that might want to be in the business, that's an important thing to understand, because they may not be able to drop everything and get a kid to an audition the next day. Though typically the children's auditions do not happen until after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because legally with the worker permits for kids, they are not supposed to be interrupting their school activities to audition. So if you're a child, the auditions usually happen after 3. But realistically, most of the kids that work in this business don't live in the city. Most of them live in Connecticut or New Jersey. They mostly the tri-state area, some even in Pennsylvania. We've been at auditions with my kid, with a lot of kids who drive in from Pennsylvania. So to get notice the night before that you have to be in the city the next day sometimes is very stressful. So if you are a parent that thinks your kid would be really great in this business, you have to kind of think of the market you're in. There's different markets for all sorts of different people. You may work in Chicago or Minneapolis or Washington, D.C., or all sorts of great cities, New Orleans, that have a wonderful, thriving entertainment business. But you just have to be aware of the fact that sometimes you get more than a day's notice and sometimes you get it right before. And you have to be prepared to go in. Like today, they told us to get here early because we had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. They weren't going to let the script out until we had signed the non-disclosure agreement to keep everything confidential. I missed that. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to get my mouth up to the microphone so you could hear me better, and I missed that comment. I don't mean to not be responding. Hello, Brazil. Can you type that again? I'm so sorry. I missed it. Somebody that just said something. I don't know if it was a question, and I'd be happy to answer it. Okay, this is the New York Times building, which is right across from Port Authority. And I'm going to look this way down Times Square. This is 8th Avenue, 8th and 40th. And between 40th and 41st. If you have any questions, you can always Twitter me with any questions you might have. It's the same name as my Periscope. Oh, you're learning English. Congratulations. Yeah, New York is a great town, isn't it? It's wonderful. I feel very fortunate. So, and then the Salvation Army guys. You can smell the hot sewage and pretzels. You know what? I can't smell sewage today, or even, other unpleasant smells that you always smell in the summer when it gets heated up on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's actually, because it's cold out, it's a much better smelling city. Oh my goodness, that's not a great market then, Tulsa. But you know what? If they have community theater and you're really into community theater, you can do that too. Sometimes you get paid, sometimes you don't get paid. There's a lot of gigs in New York City you don't get paid for either. So, in fact, because the competition is so fierce, you just are doing it sometimes for real. Today, that was a really good question. Do I have to have something prepared or do I go in blind? For legit auditions, which are theater and film, you are always given the script ahead of time. But with commercials, you need to arrive to your commercial audition at least 20 minutes ahead of time so you can memorize the script. Sometimes, if the script has a lot of language in it, they do send it to me ahead of time so that I have time to look it over. But because advertisers are very, very concerned about people stealing their ideas, you normally don't get the script for commercials until you get there, and you sometimes have to sign what's called a non-disclosure agreement. Like, for instance, today, I'm actually not allowed to talk about what the audition was or who it was for, because they have to keep their campaigns secretive. They don't want people to steal their ideas and have it released ahead of time. So those advertisers and those companies pay a lot of money to do those commercials. So they most definitely do not want their ideas out there. So you have to get there at least 20 minutes ahead to memorize your lines. Sometimes, in fact, one girl at this audition took the script, I don't want to be this close, took the script and went to the bathroom with it, and she was supposed to be in my group, but she wasn't ready because she couldn't memorize the lines fast enough. So they looked at what her name was, which was interesting. So note to self, they realized, oh, she needs time. She needs more time to prepare. And I don't know if that's going to be a negative or a positive for her, but I can imagine you guys could take a guess. So you want to get there ahead of time and get prepared. That's for commercial auditions. Film and television, they really do not want you in their office more than 10 minutes ahead because they have very small rooms in New York City and you're taking up space in their lobby. So you want to not do that. Right, the crazy traffic. It's actually not bad today. It actually is very calm in New York City today. I was really surprised. I was really worried about getting in. Well, I'm going to run out because Wild Bill, my father, Wild Bill, is on his way. He's driving from Texas. Oh, I do theater all the time. I love theater. Right now, I'm not doing as much theater because I have a child and he's also working in the business, and it's very difficult. I did a show in the city when he was 1 year old, and it was really hard on my husband and I. So I would love to do it now that he's older. Now he's 7, and he's in the business too. So it might be easier, but it's just hard with the kid. Living in, because I live right outside of New York City, New Jersey. So commuting and everything makes it hard. But I do love theater. I used to work at Arena Stage and the Guthrie and McCarter and Old Globe. I've worked at all sorts of different theaters. But since having a child, I've had to curb that a little. But I would love to do Broadway. I would love to do it. I've had many callbacks, but no, that was way before I had a child. So I have to be careful with my time. All right, guys, there's Stephen Colbert, which Angus just did Stephen Colbert like 3 weeks ago, and then he did Saturday Night Live this week. So it's he is in the business. Yeah, Broadway. I had 3 callbacks to the producers a long time ago, and several other callbacks that I just probably shouldn't mention, but it was great. And so one day, when I have enough time, when I have more time, I'll try to do it. I'm good. How are you guys doing? I'm going to let you go because I have to go out and meet my father who's driving in today. All right, I'll talk to you later. It is a little cold. It's like probably 40s, but for New York, that's colder, right? Have a great day, you guys. Have a wonderful day.